can stop a god.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Vecna, Eve of Ruin. This is episode 3, Return from Neverdeath Graveyard. I'm your Dungeon Master, Kelly. I use he and him as my pronouns, and folks, I'm very excited to be back tonight because last week we were cut a little bit short by the numerous tech problems that we were having, but tonight, hopefully, things will run a little more smoothly. They're going to run fantastic, and I get to put the pedals or the gears or whatever the phrase is to these lovely players to my left. Let's meet them right now, starting with Christine.
Hello, I'm Christine. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I get to play Rosie Thistledrop, our artillerist artificer of the group.
Fantastic. Next to you, we've got Robin.
Hi, I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns, and so does Lir'wen, our moon elf, saying astral genasi.
It's because you took too many astral things.
It's true. Our way of the astral self, moon elf. Way of the astral elf.
Fair.
Monk. There we go. Way of the astral elf. And yeah, she uses she, her pronouns as well. And yeah, I am super excited.
Down beneath you, we've got one dead man walking. It's Chris.
Hello, I'm Chris. I go by Blogg in the chat. Use he, him, and they, their pronouns. And happy to be here playing Gaunt, the reborn Hexblade Warlock. Hit me!
I plan to. And finally, last but not least, we've got Jen.
Hey, I'm Jen. I use she, her pronouns. And tonight I'm playing Imogen, our human fighter champion, with no trauma whatsoever.
No trauma whatsoever. Joining the party tonight, of course, will be their DMPC companion, Osric, an aging half-elf. And, of course, our official 6th party member is Bookwyrm Games. Bookwyrm Games is your place to go for fantastic dice, like these wood dice that I'm going to be using tonight to hurt the players. There's a 12, and at level 10, that means it's going to be probably a hit. So I'm very excited. And you should be too, because if you go to Bookwyrm Games right now, that's bookwyrmgames.com, Bookwyrm with a Y, you can get all sorts of dice for 15% off using code DorkTales. They're a fantastic sponsor. They keep the lights on here, and they help us run these type of games. So if you like them, please go and support them and get yourself some dice while you're at it. They also have a number of wonderful things like teas, familiars, and so much more. Go check them out, and pretty soon they're also going to be selling their own adventure modules for 5th edition or whatever it's called by the time it comes out, play. And I'm very excited about that because I wrote 3 or 4 of them, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you to Bookwyrm Games for being our fantastic sponsor, and we will be starting in just a second. Does anybody have any announcements before we begin? No, I think we're good. The only thing I have to say is that next weekend, so this weekend, Dreams of Arcos is returning in 2 days. And next weekend, we have Onyx Path Publishing Con, where Dork Tales is going to be teaming up with Onyx Path Publishing to bring a number of games and events to you live. There are going to be 3 games that I am in, 2 that I'm running, 1 that I'm playing, so you can come out and watch an episode of Mage of the Victorian Age set in New York City, as well as a San Francisco-based technocracy game, and a game of They Came From Beyond the Grave ran by our very own Cal. It's going to be fantastic, a lot of fun, and if you're lucky, you might be able to catch me in another game that I don't think I'm allowed to talk about. But it's what you think it is if you're following Onyx Path. That's all I can say. So come out. It runs from Friday to Sunday, and then we go back to our normal scheduled programming on the following Monday. Besides that, I think we're about ready to hop in. You guys all good to go?
Let's do this.
Let's do it. All right.
I have an exciting announcement for the break, but I'll wait for the break.
Yeah, it's a good break.
To stay tuned for that.
Gotta stay tuned. All right, so last time on Vecna Eve of Ruin, you descended into the catacombs beneath Neverdeath Cemetery, Neverdeath Graveyard, and down there you discovered that there was something of a cult working against the denizens of Neverwinter. They had kidnapped a number of seemingly unconnected individuals. For what reason, you still have yet to determine. However, in your investigation, you have discovered that the cult of Vecna, a lich god from another reality, is behind these disappearances. What they plan to do with them, however, is something you'll still have to discover as it progresses. You ran into a Merid that had been kidnapped, summoned and bound by previous residents of this dungeon, and had used knowledge that you gained from the piping system to summon some of the cultists to you and ambush them. After quite a flamboyant duel, you managed to defeat them and even managed to rescue a gnome that you helped escape, named Umberto Noblin. And as that occurred, you also managed to take one of these cultists captive. But before you could interrogate him, you saw his eye begin to throb and bleed as his face slowly became desiccated and gnarled, and you felt the presence of a great evil take his life. Perhaps this Vecna is watching you after all. And that is where we ended game, and that is where we're going to begin game. So, let us hop right in. The room that you are in shows the remnants of your fight. The ground is covered in ashes, body parts, scattered detritus of so many ruined lives. Lir'wen, you are holding this rotting corpse of a man in your hands. Well, your astral arms, I should say. But even with that supernal touch that you were able to hold him with, he still continues to dissolve into nothing but rotten meat. Well, that's not good, Osric says.
Fine. I guess we're not getting... Let's kill some cultists.
Ah, now we're talking.
Rosie doesn't say anything out loud, but if you see her down that hallway, she's little like.
Imogen just looks over at Rosie and is just like, yeah.
Gaunt will say to her, Lir'wen, it was a noble intent.
I'm supposed to be a hero. That's what they call me. So...
I think the death that we'll give them is better than that.
Yes, but I had to try. And it seems like there's no mercy that's going to be more lenient than death. But I appreciate everyone allowing me to do this, and I don't have their lives on my conscience versus if I did.
I think
We
most of
tried.
them killed themselves. That fireball that went off earlier.
Yeah, that was...
They're not the brightest bunch.
Imogen's gonna walk down that little hallway towards the rest of you and just basically say, well, if it makes you feel any better, They call me a hero too, sometimes. But they don't actually, most people don't actually care if you were good while you were being a hero, so.
Rosie's just gonna pat an arm when she walks by. Well, and I mean, the really important thing is not having a weighty conscience, because that is definitely how people turn into assholes.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it this way: we're saving the innocent ones.
Mm-hmm.
Those who kidnap them aren't innocent.
Besides, if they're following Vecna, then that means that whatever they're planning to do is far worse than a simple whatever you've been, well. We should probably get going.
Do we want to take a look at those rooms up north before we head the way the cultists came?
Yep. I'm also just gonna take a little sip of this, and Lir'wen will down a
Want a snack?
yeah.
Rosie will
Great
hand out,
idea.
like, offer a handful of like dried fruit or something.
Oh, yum. This will go well with the greater healing potion, which Lir'wen will.
I just realized
Down.
why that felt familiar. I'm turning Rosie kind of into Tony Stark just a little bit. I just need to turn her into an armorer. Snacking.
There we go. Just snacking.
She's War Machine. She's a War Machine.
Well, greater healing is what? 4d4? No, 8d4? Was 8?
Superior is the biggest one. Greater. Isn't greater the second level?
It's like, well, there's greater, there's normal, greater, superior, supreme.
Okay, so greater is 4d4.
Oh, is it? Is regular just 2d4?
Yep, 2d4 plus 2.
Okay, 44. Cool.
44 plus 4.
Yep.
Which normally I roll potions for you, but go ahead.
Oh, if you want to roll, that's fine.
Oh, you want me to roll these? Holy crap.
Okay, all right. Roll.
That is 1 less than max, so that's going to be 19 hit points.
19. Nice. Okay.
All right, which one of the ones do we want to investigate? Osric looks up to the north, and you can see that there are 3 doors leading north.
Well, we could start in the middle, we could start on the left, or we could start on the right. Anybody have a preference?
Let's go left to right.
Okay.
Works for me.
Rosie's gonna go
Alright.
try the door.
All right, the door is going to easily open. Stone shelves in this room contain boxes and bags. A few crates are stacked against the wall. You can see that there's a number of just general supplies here. Some of it could be potentially useful if you want to look through it.
Yeah. I will investigate it.
All right, make me an investigation roll.
28.
28. You are going to find that there is a significant amount of lantern oil here, chains, manacles, and mixed among the supplies are 2 potions labeled healing use only.
Ooh. So it looks like healing, like base healing potions?
Yeah, maybe. Make me an Arcana roll.
26.
The color's a bit off.
Huh.
Like, it's kind of like... A healing potion, generally, at least the ones that you've seen, are very red in color. They kind of look like thinned down Gatorade.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of like they got to red by mixing a bunch of things to make kind of a brownish red. So, like, it looks like there's some things tinging it. It's not as bright. Or maybe it's just the glass. No, with that 26, you'll be able to hold it up to a light source and immediately see that the glass is clear.
Okay. I'm gonna put them in a separate pocket.
Sounds good. By the way, you can always you do have the potion thing where you can take a little taste test, like a drop, and know what it is. According to the rule book.
Yep.
Yeah, it's actually like in the DMG. Chris found it. I didn't even know that existed.
Interesting. Sure.
It immediately is going to make the tip of your tongue go kind of numb with bitterness and burn. It is a potion of poison.
Okay.
Sneaky bastards.
Huh. Interesting. She's gonna take I think she's got some sort of stick marker type thing. And she's just gonna draw an X across both bottles and put them back in her pocket.
Sounds good.
But she's gonna hold up one of the jugs of oil and the manacles and go, well, I mean, they had all the supplies for a sex dungeon, but they didn't go that route.
Who knows what else we'll find down there.
They have a lot. I'm kind of surprised at how much oil they have, actually.
Remind me how old you are again, young lady?
Aren't you not supposed to ask that?
When you're talking about sex dungeons, I'll make an exception.
That's no fun. 36, Ozzy.
All right, fine. And Osric, please.
Yeah.
I'm also fine with Rick.
All right.
Ricky, you're so fine, you blow my mind. You know, whatever works.
Unless you come up with a great theory, let's not do any mind-blowing, okay?
I've got a theory. But it's about card games. Well, shall we?
If there's nothing else, Rosie's gonna move back out of the room.
Sounds good.
Her goal was met of having both Imogen and Lir'wen kind of look. Give a sideways look.
Well, while Rosie is doing that, I want to take a look at the corpse of the head cultist guy who came out, like the one
Sure.
who seemed to in command.
The one who
Just see what he had.
self-immolated?
Yeah. Or-
Not-
Did he self-immolate? Yeah.
He totally did. He fireballed himself.
Perfect.
Make me an investigation roll.
Ooh, 19 on the die. Investigation. 19.
19. You are going to find a gold symbol of Vecna lying on the ground, but it's the only thing that survived the fire. All of his magical equipment, even his body, has completely just incinerated down to a well-charred husk.
Alright, I'm going to pick up the symbol and try and turn myself, use disguise self to look like him.
Okay,
Just
Absolutely.
from what I can remember.
sounds good.
Did I get this right?
You're looking for trouble, aren't you?
It's good for getting the jump on them.
Oh, we have manacles. We could always, I saw a stage play where this giant bugbear and a short cavalier were infiltrating and rescue a princess on this big death orb, and they pretended to have the manacles on while they dressed up as the other guy, and they said, aren't you a little short for a tomb raider or tomb guard? And they managed to fool them.
They were Doom Troopers. I've seen that one. Not Tomb Raiders. Doom.
Doom.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It was while you were away. I should make a list for you of things that you should watch and experience. Get you caught up.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
There's like
no
4
one's
new
putting me
types
in
of vodka.
handcuffs. There's only so much you can do with vodka.
This person
So much
seemed
that you can do with handcuffs.
to have a commanding presence among them. If we know there's a group of them there, I could run in, say, quickly, they've breached or something like that, and point and have them lead them into an ambush where the rest of you are waiting. It could be useful.
That is very useful.
Now, Lir'wen, as you take a step forward and are looking around, you're going to notice that the center door leading north is padlocked from the outside.
Can I try and just use my astral arms to crush it?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and make me an athletics check.
Cool. Let me just pull up my thing about my arms again.
Absolutely. If they're out right now, you can use your wisdom on top of your strength, if I'm not mistaken.
In place of your strength, and I get
in place of.
advantage.
All right, do it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I rolled a 10, but athletics would be a 19.
19, your astral arms are going to lash out, and with a quick twist of their ghostly form, you're going to shatter the lock and be able to grind the door along its hinges. Now, the stone is unevenly set around this door, so you can basically grind it aside with a thrust.
Yeah, just...
As you do so, you are going to see that it's an old crypt. At the end of it, a single coffin lies, its lid open. It contains a few tattered blankets and a poof of black hair, wild black hair, sprouts from the end of one of them. From the door, you are going to hear light snoring.
Back up. Actually, wait, hold on. Maybe not back up. When you speak, Mr. Creature of your choice, you can see. You make only the creature can hear you, that you can see within 60 feet. So I think Lir'wen's gonna freeze, and through line of sight, can I see either Osric or Imogen?
Yes, you can see
from
it.
the doorway.
You can actually see both of them looking back.
Okay, so I think Imogen's suddenly gonna hear in her mind. Something is snoring in the crypt down here.
The immediate reaction from Imogen is just a like.
I know it's been a while.
And then she looks at Lir'wen and is like, "Oh, okay."
And then Lir'wen will also say that to Osric as well, and just relay that to the others.
Understood. The PA system is working inside of my brain. Good. Bing bong.
Just
all
glad
right.
it's a friendlier voice. Stab.
Okay. You're gonna head in?
Oh no, she's saying that to Osric, and Lir'wen just kind of holding up her blade that she's dropped the sunblade part, so it's not like super bright, but she's just like stab.
Just turn the dial. Like a dimmer switch.
Minimum, just turn it to
Minimum.
min.
Now it just gives you a sunburn and maybe some melanoma. It's a long-term thing.
You'll die in 50 years from melanoma. That's
Yep.
There we
Yep.
go. The slow death. Way of the slow death.
God. All right. So what are you all doing?
So Imogen's just like, stab, like questioning. Should I stab?
I think Lir'wen's gonna be like, yeah, maybe back up, see what this is, and yeah, stab. Had a padlock on the door.
Imogen's gonna like
What's going
go
on?
towards the door.
Okay. They're discussing whether or not they should stab something inside of here, Gaunt.
Something that was locked in. Maybe a prisoner.
That was what I was thinking too, but if it's a prisoner, don't stab it.
I know how to make my money.
You are going to hear a bit of like soft moaning, as in like a sleeping moan.
Bad dreams, nightmare kind of.
Yeah, not
noises.
that other kind.
And, no, Mommy, I don't want to go to the fair. You're going to hear come out of the coffin at the end of the room.
I'm gonna walk over to it and look down, prepared to bonus action light my sword and stab, but also, checking it out, making sure it's not one of the people we're looking for.
Yeah.
Looking down, you are going to see, bundled up amidst these blankets, is a very dark-skinned woman. Her hair is this wild mass of black curls, and you can see that she's wearing a very, very expensive-looking white tunic and kind of these billowing breeches. As well, she has a number of bits of like gold jewelry, a gold circlet across her brow, and a pair of, I'm not exactly sure what they're called, but they're like those big clamps that you put on like pigtails. You know what I'm talking about? They're like big rings that you put on the end of pigtails or something like that. And right now so right now, she is snoring at the base of the coffin. What do you guys do?
Well, I'm looking down. Does she look alive or undead?
Yes.
Make me a perception roll.
Cool.
Would I be able to as well? Because I was also Lir'wen.
You may make one as well. You may not assist, but you can make one as well because it's funnier that way.
Just like, is this a vampire or is this a
right?
human?
That's a 19.
19. She's breathing.
22.
Okay, cool.
The snoring probably includes breathing. Yeah.
Well, you could fake snore to fake them out.
It is true.
And
it's true.
you're also going to notice that like her breath is kind of coming out in a bit of steam. If you look close,
Cool. Okay.
the crypt is fairly chilly.
Then I think with that, she has leaned in rather close to be like, "You alive?" Still prepared to stab, but without the blade actually like bright and lit. And then I think she's just gonna like flip the hilt around on her sword and just kind of tap the woman. Morning.
Who might you be?
Hi.
The void. Thou art the
Hi.
one who hath been seen inside of the void. Her eyes flutter wide, huge and brown.
Oh, I don't like her. Someone else talk to her.
Hi.
The one who balances between the end and the beginning.
Lir'wen?
Yes, perhaps. I am not Lir'wen. Who doth thou be?
Lir'wen? Who doth thou be?
I am Sarcel Malinosh. I am a prophetess.
We're here to rescue you.
Oh, good. I was really hoping that someone would be able to escort me out of here. she says, dropping the
escort.
accent.
I don't do escorts. Rescues, yes. Escorts. No.
Look, I can't get myself out of here by myself, okay? I would need somebody to help me make it all the way over to the edge of Neverdeath, then I could get out from here.
You just go back and up the stairs.
They're undead. They could be
gotten this far.
Excuse me?
We've gotten this far, so we've killed the undead.
No, the there are too many of them. Nope.
I'm going to use a bonus action to light my sword and just shine the brightest light in the world.
Like four extra arms from Lir'wen. Her eyes are going from like the mask that she's spectrally projecting. Just gonna be like, yeah, you think?
I think we can manage.
Hey, Osric, Gaunt, Rosie, do you think we couldn't defeat all those undead back there?
Which ones? The dead ones?
Yeah, the dead ones.
Yeah, the
They're
ones that
extra dead.
showed no problem whatsoever.
Yeah.
I take exception to that.
I think Rosie's just poking her head around the end of the corridor at the sound of her name. Like, what?
The way is clear.
If it's all well and good, I would prefer to wait for you until y'all were headed out of here.
All right, but nobody's staying to protect you, so
Yeah, so if spare
enjoy your
cultists
wait. We'll be back in a while.
run up, undead come back. I guess lock
Cultists,
yourself
even.
back in the crypt.
Fine. I'll make me an intimidation roll to try to spook her into going.
I understand why intimidation is under charisma, but I really don't like that.
Yeah, it's I think that they're leaning into using words
Instead of just my presence.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Can I do
there's only 6 stats.
Can I do a strength-based intimidation roll?
If you have a Sunblade, yeah, I'll allow it this time. Against vampires,
Cool.
too.
Yeah. That's a 22.
Cool. She's gonna look up at you and go, okay, fine. I'll head out that way. Let me just gather my things. I guess I can run. As you're looking at her, can I get everybody who has interacted with her, so the two of you, make me an insight roll.
My dice have truly chosen chaos tonight. That's 14.
14. All right.
I got a 7, so...
7. So, Lir'wen, as she climbs out of the coffin, you're going to notice that she seems very anxious about her situation here, but there's something that is making her extra jumpy. You're not sure what, though. There's something up.
Okay. We're rescuing you, and I'm gonna need you to be honest with us. If there is a problem, you need to tell us why you're scared to go alone.
So, I'm a prophetess. I see the future.
What do you
And,
see?
I saw a glimpse of the future. I saw a man with his flesh all desiccated, levitating off the ground. He gathered evil energy in these glowing wisps, and then he screamed. The energy exploded into this corona of light. And then... I don't know. I just know that something awful happened after that. Whatever it was truly terrible. My visions like that always come true. As she says that, each of you is going to feel a little ping as you have gained Sarcel's secret.
Ooh.
Out of character, they front load you with a lot of these so that you have a few going into the next chapter. So. So, sorry for cutting you off there, Lir'wen. Please continue.
Now, where was this?
I don't know. Sorry, I haven't been sleeping much. I don't know. Like, it's been... I didn't see the place. I just saw the man. He was dressed in... I don't know. Like, all purple, and he had one good eye and one really bad eye. One really bad hand.
I have a feeling I know who that is.
But yeah, I guess I can leave by myself.
I mean, hold on.
Why
We're
don't,
out in here.
Hold
why don't
up
we
for
compromise?
arms. I can run real fast. I can run her up.
You do that for me?
Okay, I'm not waiting for you, but you can catch up.
Yeah, catch up. Lir'wen will bonus action, step of the wind, and action dash, and do, just a casual
You're gonna spend the key points?
180 feet of movement. Yeah, key point to do, step of the wind. So,
Okay.
Just a casual.
Okay, so
180 feet of movement.
like picking her up with arms, she's gonna go eep, and as you run her out of here and go like Link with those boots on.
Yep.
Her hairstyle is gonna be so windblown by the end of that.
It's really
yeah.
true. It's gonna go from a down cut
already
to an
is.
upcut.
Yeah.
She's got
It's gonna be
very coarse hair too, so it's not going down anytime soon.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Lir'wen, you're going to be out for
however,
a few minutes.
Yeah. While she does that, I am just gonna keep going into whatever the next section is.
Let's try the next room.
Minutes.
All right. So, heading up into the next chamber. It's a small room, Imogen. And as you open the door, you'll see a metal grate in the floor of this 10-foot square room. It blocks access to a shallow stone pit holding a small gold harp, a handful of loose papers, and a piece of bloody cloth. The pit's not terribly deep. If you could probably reach through the grate if you wanted to.
I'm gonna poke it with the hilt of my sword first.
All right, sounds good.
Just like poke the grate and be like,
How hard are you
make sure
poking
it's
it?
not gonna...
How hard are you poking it?
Like it. You said it's metal grate, right? So I'm just like going clank clank.
Okay. So like a few pounds of pressure, I'd say. Cool. Can you do me a favor?
Yep.
And I mean, yeah, that's technically a creature. I feel like you should get a dex save for this, though. Give me a dex save.
Cool.
So as you push down, you apply a bit of pressure to the side of the grate, and as you do, poisoned blades dripping with venom extend from the grooves in the grate, slashing up at you. They're going to hit the hilt of your sunblade.
Pardon me? Sorry, I was looking up a power.
I was saying that
Right
so
above.
they're going to hit the side of your sunblade, but basically
Okay.
aren't going to immediately hit you unless you... how'd you do on the dex save?
Well, what I was looking up was my shield master feat, because I have been carrying my shield, so technically it's in front of me too. I haven't been like, I don't know what's going to attack us here, so I haven't been slinging it on my back or anything.
Fair.
So I was trying to do math, and that is a 24.
All right, no problem at all. The blades are going to come up, and they're going to scrape along the side of your shield, and you are going to just pull back as they go and slash up. And then slowly begin going tick, 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 back into the slots of the grate. It'll probably take about a minute for them to reset.
Hey, Rosie.
Check out this cool thing.
Oh, cool thing.
You're good with that kind of stuff, aren't you?
Cool things? Normally.
When Rosie gets here, I'm going to purposely position the shield, hit it again so that it goes off again.
All right, so now that you know where the trap is, I think that you don't have to worry about triggering it again. So it'll go off again and scrape along the side of your shield, splattering a bit of poison on the edge of your shoe, but nothing that's actually going to like harm you. Just a little messy. So it looks like there's this steel grate set into the floor with blades that go up between the gaps. And it looks like they're dripping with some type of venom or poison.
Ooh, neat. Why would they bother having a trap though in here? In a separate little room all by itself with nothing else really obvious.
Right? That's what I wondered. But it looked too suspicious to not test it first.
Did you say there was a golden harp down below?
There is a massive golden harp below, as well as some bloody papers. Honestly, this trap looks like it might have been here from long ago, back before the cult of Vecna took this place over.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. I just want to check something real quick.
I mean, Rosie, you could try to disable it if you wanted to.
I'm just trying to remember where a thing is, and I think I didn't put it on my sheet, so I just need to double check a thing I think I have. Oh, fuck that. It takes a whole hour. Don't think I have thieves' tools on me right now.
Really?
I took Tinker.
Okay. Are you proficient in thieves' tools?
Yes.
Okay. You're gonna get
But you can
a nudge from behind you. You think you can disarm it?
Well, maybe. But I don't have any tools.
Here you go. Osric will hand you his set of tools.
Excellent.
Don't leave home without them.
Yeah, I was using Tinker's tools before, so I put my thieves' ones away and didn't bring them. What roll do you need?
I want you to make me a disabled device roll, so it's a sleight of hand roll if you're proficient in thieves' tools.
Okay. I am proficient in thieves' tools. I'm not proficient in sleight of hand, if that makes a difference.
Nah, it's the same roll.
Okay. Okay.
5e makes it weird where the modules constantly ask for sleight of hand rolls, even when it's a tool proficiency roll.
Okay. So would I be adding my dex still to it?
You add your dex and your proficiency bonus.
Okay. So that would be 25.
You're not going to have any problem with this at all. You are going to be able to slot down and with a little are going to watch the blades rise up again and stop about an inch above the grate. And from there, you are going to be able to just try to reach down and grab the harp.
Okay.
So, if I can get somebody to make me a sleight of hand roll to reach down.
Sure.
Okay.
Like,
Rosie,
is there anything against me being it, or?
No, it can be you. Actually, I'll give you advantage because you had tiny arms.
Yeah. I'm just gonna be like, Ricky, hold my feet.
Can I?
And lean
All right.
over.
Gotcha.
How far down is
on
it?
the die.
Only a couple feet.
Can I try and use Mage Hand to assist?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
What'd you get on the die, Rosie?
19 on the die, so that
Perfect.
would be 27.
All right. So between the three-man team of you, Osric, and Mage Hand.
No, it's not a tool, so it would be 23.
23 is more than enough to do this. You had DC 18, so this is great. You are going to manage to reach the harp, and slide it back through the grate to you. You can see that at the bottom of the pit, however, beneath the harp, kind of wadded up down there, is bloody cloth and some papers. The blood looks decently fresh, and anybody who wants to can make me an intelligence roll.
Yeah.
9.
9? Okay. Nat 20?
Natural 20.
You are going to remember one of the cultists that you fought in the other room had a ripped sleeve and a bandage on their arm.
Hey, Gaunt. Want to grab those papers?
Yeah, I'll use the mage hand and try and grab
Absolutely.
papers and anything else and bring them up.
Sure, they're well light enough for mage hand. And as you are pulling them up through the grate, you are going to, anybody with a passive perception of 16 or higher is going to hear soft steps coming down the hallway behind you.
Imogen's standing guard, so can I actually roll a perception check? Because I don't have a perception.
Absolutely.
Perception that high.
Absolutely.
Cool. Oh, good. That's an 18 on the die plus 5.
You are going to be able to see and perhaps even you'll get the vibe of Lir'wen as she is rounding the corner again.
Cool. Then yeah, Imogen's just kind of standing there, looking a little bored, but still keeping an eye on things while the other 3 handle whatever this is.
So, that harp is worth a hell of a lot of gold. Taking a look at it, Osric is going to glance over and say, I know someone on the market who would probably buy that for 2,500.
Nice. Does it do anything cool besides just being gold? Just gonna pull a string.
Tong.
Well, that's not how that's supposed to sound. Damn, it's out of tune like crazy.
Yeah, well, you can tune that. Sell it. You can't tune a fish. Anyway. Gaunt, do you look through the papers?
Yep.
Looking over them quickly, you're going to see that they detail plans to kidnap a Neverwinter aristocrat named Indrina Lamonsettle. They include a map of her estate, schedules of her movements, and suggestions that she knows an important secret about Lord Neverember. In the margins, you'll see a scrawl that says, her secrets will make a worthy sacrifice.
Looks like they actually did quite a good job infiltrating. Not too shabby. Sounds like they're planning on sacrificing these people and probably their secrets as well to Vecna. And I'll show the papers.
I don't like this.
Well, we should probably keep those safe because I'm sure they'd be good proof potentially of figuring out whoever the person was who found all this out. I mean, this level of ferreting out secrets that people don't talk about is kind of like, I'm gonna take somebody who maybe you trusted.
It's, I don't know. Getting the schedule and the map of the house can be done fairly easily with just some low-level magic. You just gotta look like somebody that they trust.
You rely on magic too much. It could be done with just a little bit of elbow grease and some bribes. Street urchins will watch your movements for a couple of silver coins. Copper if you go to the right part of town. Still.
It's easier to bribe people too for information when you don't look like a zombie. people remember that.
Do they? I wouldn't have thought. You learn something every day. Shall we push on? I don't think there's any more people to rescue here.
Yes, let's keep moving.
Is there anything else that you all want to do on this side of the catacombs? All right. Moving westward, you will head the direction that the cultists came from. As you do so, you are going to find yourself wandering down a tight corridor. Between this set of stairs that lead down and another door, you are going to find yourself in a small room. It appears to be the crossroads between different parts of the graveyard. Steep stairs are going to ascend, both down into this room and then up again into the next to the west. 4 bells of different size hang from leather cords affixed to the ceiling. Do you continue onward?
Is there any significance for the 4 bells? Like, I'm gonna take a look at them for a moment, see if anything
Sure.
jogs my memory.
Make me an intelligence roll.
I was gonna say, I think Imogen's probably in the lead, more or less, with her shield out, and we'll keep going, but, you know, Gaunt's welcome to stop and pause, absolutely.
I'm assuming between the time it took to look at all the 3 crypts and that fight's probably been 10 minutes, yeah?
It has been about 10 minutes, yeah. So your astral arms will go off.
Yeah. Yeah, and the astral visage.
Okay. So you're back to being just a normal monk.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you get on your roll, Chris?
Oh, sorry, I said 6.
6? You have no idea what these bells are for. Maybe some type of code or something like that?
Well, let's keep going then.
All right. Pushing up into the next room, you are going to find yourself in a common room. Tables and chairs in this crypt are arranged to create a meeting room, or maybe a mess hall. Water drips from a pipe into a basin on the southeast corner, and as you... Actually, you know what? I should have said this before, but in the previous room, you would have been walking through probably about a foot of water. And as you're going up the slick stairs here, you're going to find that this room has been partially flooded. The basin is still running at a decent tilt, enough that it's causing water to cascade down the stairway behind you. From here, you can see that there is an image hung above the basin of a staring eye gripped in a withered hand. There's evidence as you're looking around along these tables and chairs that something happened in a hurry. You likely drew them from this room. There are doors that exit to all 4 directions, including the east that you came from. One to the south, one to the west, and one to the north, kind of off to the side, past a table.
Lir'wen's gonna activate her astral arms again for another 10 minutes. Spend the key point. I won't
Okay.
do the visage. The visage.
The visage. Sounds good to me. So what do you all do?
Gonna listen for any noises from any of the doors.
Absolutely. So, which door are you going to start with?
I was just wondering if my passive perception would have led me to any specific door. If not, then they'll just start to the bottom.
These are stone doors, so they're going to absorb a lot of sound.
Okay. Lir'wen will start at the south and kind of work in a clockwise direction then.
Okay. At the south, make me a perception roll.
Oh, my dice have betrayed me tonight. I keep rolling 5 and under on the dice. So that's
Did you
a
roll?
13.
But not a 1.
So I'm going to spend a determination to make that a 17.
A 17, as you are listening to the south door, you are going to not hear anything, but you're definitely going to smell something. You're going to smell charcoal. You're going to smell a bit of fish, but nothing else. Is it, while Lir'wen is inspecting the southern door, is anyone doing anything else?
I'm following with Lir'wen, just in case.
I'll go listen at the one of the doors. I forgot which.
The one right in front of you?
they are. Yeah, that one.
Okay. Make me a perception roll. What about Rosie?
Is there anything on the tables?
Yeah, actually, there is, laying about the tables, you are going to see that it looks like there's a bit of a meal that's left out. Someone has made, like, what looks like quinoa and crab salad.
Oh, bougie.
Yeah, they're pretty bougie. It looks like somebody
Any
else is
papers?
having, like... Sorry?
Any papers?
No papers to speak of. Well, that's not true. There's a copy of the Neverwinter Gazette.
Boring. I should go listen at the northern door then.
Northern door. Okay, make me a perception roll. Jen, how'd you get on your perception roll?
15.
15. You are going to hear the sound of something creak inside of that room. As if someone was shifting. Rosie, make me a perception roll. What'd you get?
24.
24. You hear nothing on that side. But you can feel a little bit of air pressure. So out of all of these rooms, that is likely the one that has the other entrance into this, or perhaps something else is causing a bit of an air pressure fluctuation. All right. What are you all doing? Lir'wen.
I'm gonna make motions at the others to just basically, like, I hear something. I don't know if they're paying attention to me, but that's what I'm doing.
Just a quick question. Do we know that there's
Mhm.
multiple entrances to the crypt?
Nope.
Okay, cool. I was just wondering.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, Imogen gestures to show that there's something that needs to be taken into account.
Rosie will come back over to the others and kind of whisper that there's a air pressure difference there, so maybe there's a hole to the outside or something weird going on.
Kitchen.
Well, go ahead.
Someone's moving behind there.
Should probably take care of that first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we can go get a snack.
Mm-hmm. All right. Who's going in first?
You busting down the door, or do you want me to go in and see if I can get somebody to come out?
Oh, you are dressed like the cultist.
It's true.
Oh.
Yeah, sure. Why not? See how that goes.
Okay.
Is this room lit?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay.
They were just
Cool,
hanging out
just
in here a few minutes ago. So
Yeah.
Gaunt can slosh across the floor, and if you want to head into that room, you can.
Yeah, as soon as everyone's ready, I'll open the door and go in.
All right, sounds good.
Like I own it. Like I own this place.
Okay. Make me a deception roll with advantage, please.
Oh my god. Wow.
What'd you get?
That's double nat ones.
Are you kidding me?
Oof.
Oh no!
Holy
Holy
shit.
fuck.
You accidentally
ouch.
speak with like a super high-pitched voice and your
Oh
jaw
my
comes off or
God.
something.
You
So-
just get blasted back into the room with us, and we're like, well, shit.
You know
Well,
what? You're going to walk into the room and just... What were you trying to say as you walked in?
I was gonna walk in like I owned the place, because like I'm done up as the like illusion to be the guy who was like commanding and everything. So really arrogant walking in and just being like looking at them and it's like, what's going on in here?
So as you kick in the door, you're going to see bones in nooks along this wall were pushed aside to make room for folded robes and other personal effects. There are 4 narrow cots that line the north wall. A robed human and a robed elf are both napping on a cot, separate cots. They haven't advanced that far into their personal relationship. But as you step inside, you are going to glare at them, and your hood is going to flop back with the sudden air movement and motion, revealing that you hadn't anticipated what his hair looked like. And the first thing that pops into your mind is the wild, coarse hair of the woman you just rescued. So the formerly bald cultist is suddenly going to have an immense afro pop out of your hood. And I need an initiative roll as they spring up and go, "Who the hell are you?" And
That's beautiful. Should I do that at disadvantage?
yeah, go ahead. All right, so looking at initiative right now, they are here. Okay, so looking at initiatives, I have a 22 for Imogen. I have a 21 for Algra. I have a 20 for Hannel. Yes, they have names. Osric and Rosie are tied with a 15. Then I have Lir'wen and Gaunt. All right, there is going to be a swirl of motion in front of you, and you hear them shout on the inside. Imogen, what do you do?
I hear them shouting.
The jig is up.
Yep. I'm just trying to decide what the best course of action is. How far am I from, like, the door? Because we would have given the door a bit
Like
of space
5 feet.
not to
I
close.
assume that you're like
Okay.
just on the other side of the door at this point.
Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to, give up the jig with
Oh
by
yeah.
being
I assume that you
visible
basically
from
like
the door.
the door's right here, and you're kind of like against the wall. So like that would be
Okay,
10 feet
cool.
until you're in the room.
Cool. Then yeah, I'm gonna rush into the room and use a bonus action to light my sunblade
Okay. So rushing into the room and
then
igniting your
see
sunblade.
what I see.
Okay, you see that there are 2 mages surging up in bed, reaching for their accoutrements.
Cool. I would like to go to the closest one, and if I can reach them and attack twice.
You absolutely can. They're equidistant from you, so there's a human woman and an elfish elf.
Okay.
An elfish man named Hannel.
I don't
You feel
care
more
about
like
their
killing
names.
humans or elves?
I'll go for the human.
All right, sounds good. Approaching this very gothy-looking human named Algra, who's got like a couple like dango buns up on top of her hair, and a lot of heavy makeup. Honestly, Robin, it kind of looks like you when you streamed Bloodlines. All right, maybe 2 attacks.
So that's a 27 and a nat 1.
Oh boy. That 27 is going to hit.
Yep. And they're not undead, so...
They're not undead. This is still going to hurt like a pain, though.
That is 15 radiant.
15 radiant is going to cut into her. She is going to let out a shriek, and is going to... I'm going to spend a hurt them more to do this at point blank range. What is your AC 19 or higher?
Yes.
It is 19 exactly?
It's 19 without my shield. It's 22 with my shield.
Ah, damn.
Which I have.
So, and you're still using your shield, you said. So she is going to let out a shriek and throw up a hand, and a firebolt is going to explode against your shield, almost singeing your face. I got a 19 with disadvantage to do that at point blank range. All right, anything else on your turn? So 15 points of damage to her.
That's my attack and my bonus action, and yeah, that's it. I'm gonna just hang out in front of her.
Sounds good. She is going to go, invaders, and is going to cast a spell and vanish.
Vanish, or invisible vanish?
Invisible
it matters
vanish
for me.
She goes invisible.
She needs to make a stealth check, and I need to succeed against me. I have blindsight.
You absolutely do. Okay. That's going to be a 17.
Okay, do I? Let me just double check this. That is blind fighting. Unless the creature. Okay, so I have to make a perception check then.
Go ahead.
22.
Okay, make me an opportunity attack if you'd like. She's trying to run past you. God, blind fighting is so good.
Oh, that's better. That is a 24.
24 is absolutely going to hit. Roll me damage.
That's another 15 radiant.
Another 15 She's not having a good day. However, she is not going to become...
I am loving having taken this... I love that I took this fighting style.
She does not pop, though. Actually, she might. Hold on, let me roll her damage. She does not pop, but is going to run past you. And you are going to cleave the smell of searing flesh is going to erupt into the room. And it is Hanel's turn. The mage is going to take a look at you from his side of the room as he sits up. Wait, did they just say the elf was sleeping? Oh, I guess resting here. Okay, cool. So maybe not sleeping. I'm sorry, I was just like,
Suddenly,
wait a minute.
Elves can sleep.
Suddenly, elves can
They
sleep.
can sleep. They just trance.
I know, but I thought they said sleeping specifically, and I was like, wait a minute.
Which, yeah, makes less sense.
So he is going to raise a hand, wave it at you, and say, oh boy, let's do this. You can also... Do me a favor, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Me?
Yes. Stab your friend.
Sorry, you said at you, and I
sorry.
wasn't sure if it was me or Gaunt.
You're directly in front of him. He's going to wave his hand at you and say, attack your friend next.
Okay. Hold on, I have... What does this thing do? Cool, I'm gonna use my Indomitable feat to re-roll that fucking 8. I have it once per long rest. That is a 12.
All right. Final answer? All right.
I can't do much else.
Okay. You have determination, but...
Oh, I forgot about that. You have to remind me. I don't play this very often. I forget determination's
That's
a
okay.
thing.
That's why I reminded you.
Yeah, I don't think I used it in all of Dragonlance because I forgot.
It's fair. Do you want to spend it?
Dragonlance. Yes, please.
Okay. His suggestion is not going to take effect. And Rosie, it's your turn.
All right. I think Rosie's going to move up to poke her head in because it sounds like there's some combat going down.
There absolutely is.
All right. She's just going to stand in the doorway, level her gun at him, and shoot firebolt at him.
Okay, go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Okay. Alright, page. That is going to be a 17.
17 is going to be enough to hit.
Excellent.
Roll me damage.
That is 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. That is going to be a great shot as you fire your firebolt into him, striking him square in the shoulder. Not to be outdone, Osric is going to take a step behind you, lean forward, and you can kind of see him as he's walking there, so he's going to be like, Sacred Flame! And he just rolled a nat 1.
Oh no!
No. I think he rolled a nat 1 on his save.
Oh, good.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
of course, because Osric wasn't rolling that.
Yeah, no. So in Osric's level...
That was confusing at first. I was like, wait, what?
What?
Oh no.
Osric doesn't
No.
roll.
Osric doesn't roll for that, the enemy does. That's gonna be 4d8 damage. Okay. 6, 5, 8, 1. Okay. That's gonna be 20 more points of damage. Oh, he's still up. Good for him. I'm so proud of these guys. They hit the gym. All right. Say a flame is going to strike him in the shoulder from your shot, and flame is going to erupt from the bed, catching the linens on fire as holy light bursts out. Lir'wen, it's your turn.
Okay, it's getting real clogged up in this doorway here. Lir'wen's gonna be like, so I know in theory with D&D you can move through friendly spaces, but can I move through the doorway? Like I don't know.
Rosie's small.
Yep, you can move through the doorway. Basically,
There's an entire doorway of space above me.
So in this
Fair.
type of thing, I
Rock
just
and
count
roll!
I just count your friends as difficult terrain.
Fair.
And with your movement speed, yeah, you can get anywhere in the room.
Yeah. Cool. Sweet. I think, yeah, Lir'wen's gonna kind of go into the room.
There's a lot of hobble blue for like one person.
Yeah. Gaunt didn't say no because he failed that he got out 1, so he didn't really say anything about who was in the room. And
Yeah, he has like a
Imogen.
bright like clown wig on right now. It's like got like pink starting to bleed into it.
I think Lir'wen's just gonna like hair, and then is going to run at this dude.
All
And make-
right. Must spend to hurt them more. What's your
I
AC?
figured this. 22.
Okay. That's a nat 20.
Cool.
Okay, 1 second, please.
Is this a ammunition?
It is not. You are going to rush forward, and as you do, suddenly lightning is going to spring from next to you, out of nowhere. And you are going to do me a favor, and you're going to take some electrical damage from Shocking Grasp as you run by an invisible space.
Oh.
You are going to take a lot of electrical damage from that nat 20. That's going to be 24 points of lightning damage.
Ouch. Lir'wen is apparently the damage sponge this game. I've taken like
I'm
50
supposed to be.
points. I've taken like 50 points of damage the past like 2 episodes.
I've taken
went
proud of you.
4.
I went.
I'm assuming
I'd-
she becomes visible again.
Yeah, I was gonna say she probably becomes visible.
Nope. You guys are level
Fucking
10.
level are they to have greater invisibility? Jesus Christ.
All right, I'm going to make a perception check to find her. Then
All right. Do so with disadvantage.
I'm guessing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Birth of my stealth.
Would that be? Would that be an action, bonus action?
So that would, to try to hunt her down with that, I'd say that'll be, I'll let you spend your bonus action for it. Or you can just go attack the guy you were going to attack.
Yeah. Yeah, I will. I'll take. How hurt is he looking?
Very.
Okay, I'm only gonna do one attack for now. I'll take just the one swing of the quarterstaff.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 24 to hit.
That is absolutely a hit. He's going to look up at you with like a trembling lip, going, "Cousin?" To you, looking at your long ears as you strike this elf down. You said 24?
To hit, yes.
Cool. He's going to cast Shield just because he would try to save his life. It's not going to work. That raises his armor class to 20. So you're going to see this shield of light arise in front of you, and you're just going to punch right through it, shattering it like ephemeral glass.
Alright, that is, I rolled a 1 on the damage, so that's going to be a whopping 7 points of damage.
7 points. He's still up. You smash him against the wall with your astral arms. Do you hit him again?
I'm going to spend a key point to do Flurry of Blows.
Okay.
Use one of my... Use another quarterstaff attack on him.
Okay, so you're using your second attack as that.
Yeah, that's going to be a 22 to hit.
The 22 is going to hit.
AC. Yeah. Another d6. Well, that's a 6 that time, so that's 12 points of magical bludgeoning damage.
All right, how do you do it?
I think just cousin. We're not related. And then just chop through the head. And then as my bonus action, with my Flurry of Blows, I'm going to make 2 attacks at disadvantage. Swinging wildly at this bish.
Okay, so you have a rough idea of which square she's on.
Okay.
Because, well, basically, she's in one of 2 squares. She's either right next to Gaunt, or she's right against the wall.
Well, if she was right next to Gaunt, Lir'wen had run in front of Gaunt that way, so I would have run into her. So she's obviously not there then.
All right.
So Lir'wen will kind of concentrate. But yeah, I'll take 2 hits with disadvantage to try and find her. I mean, I guess I'll. Do you want me to roll them both at the same time? Because if I find her with the first one, then it wouldn't be disadvantage, or.
It's still disadvantage on both because she's invisible.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. First set. Ooh, that's good. Not as good. All right, so I got a dirty 20 for the first hit.
Okay.
And then an 18. I'm gonna spend determination to turn that into a 22.
All right. Those are 2 hits.
Great. And with my arms are d6s because martial weapons. And these are force. When I use my astral arms, they're technically force damage. I don't know if I've said that before. So she has any immunities. Oh, that's great. 11. That's going to be another.
How do you do it?
22 points of damage. Ho. I think just be like, kind of try and cast a look and see where she is, trying to pretend that she sees her, and be like,
Imogen just points.
Yeah,
It
she's
doesn't
within
help
10
you
feet of you.
mechanically. It's
She's
just
in
like-
within. She's probably right there.
Yeah.
God. All right.
weak. Bam, bam.
All right. So
Just
you
like-
are going.
Clap.
You clap those cheeks, and she falls to the ground, crushed. And with that, the fight has ended.
Okay. You are supposed to be taking more of these hits with your armor.
Yeah.
Can we take a breather?
Really.
I need
Yep.
like a quick 10.
Luckily, there's some beds in here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
go
Take a minute.
trance for a bit. And Lir'wen's gonna spend some hit dice because I'm back down to half HP.
Is anyone else?
Gaunt, you might want to hair.
Nice hair. Did you
That was,
lose a... Lost a bit of concentration. It happens from time to time. Someone your age.
Thank you for.
You know, there's a leaf, a powder actually, that I could recommend if you need to focus.
Oh yeah, what's that?
I'll tell you when we're alone. I have a hookup. Well. Or you could always go to Rosie and buy some abracadabrol. Abracadabrol.
Abracadabrol?
Abracadabrol. A lot of mages use it to help study. It's quite useful. Meanwhile,
Like the ultra concentrated coffee.
Sort of. Let's see if there's anything good left in here. And Lir'wen, as you're taking a brief rest, does anybody want to investigate the room?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
look
gonna-
around.
I'm gonna
All
look
right.
at the corpses.
Sounds good. Make me a perception roll.
$14.
14?
Imogen is literally just like poking at stuff and really not paying attention. I rolled a nat 1 on that.
Did you? All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. You are going to you're going to look around and just kind of great. And you're going to take a step forward, and as you're walking around, you're going to shatter something under your foot. Gaunt, you look down to see this vial on the side of the human mage's belt, right as Imogen takes a step over her and crushes the potion of healing. And Rosie, what'd you get?
That is a 16.
16. Looking around the room, you are going to notice once again a little bit of pressure differential as you find a little hinged door along the southern
Feel
wall.
the air.
It looks like it opens to a secret door.
Ooh. Poke, 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 check for traps.
It looks like it opens to a small corridor. On the other side of it, another hatched door.
Can I listen at it?
Yes, you may. Make me a perception roll.
That is a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. On the other side of this door, you are going to hear this kind of puttering sound of someone pacing back and forth. Help master, help master, help master. Azundran, would you mind quieting the fuck up? I'm trying to read you, one-eyed freak.
Yes, Master. Mazundran will be good.
This ritual's not going to perfect itself.
Sneak back. Carefully close the other hatch.
Anything good?
Yeah, there's a dude over there. And she's going to try and be very carefully quiet. And far enough from the door that it's not going to, like, echo through really easily. He's talking about perfecting the ritual and it won't perfect itself. And he's got something else in there that's all like, oh, help master, help master. Quiet, you one-eyed freak.
One-eyed?
She starts making, like basically mimicking what she heard.
Yeah. I think we know our next plan of attack.
I think we found the leader.
Hopefully.
Yeah, let's just wait for Lir'wen to be ready.
Yes.
And then,
Which is why I'm being quiet.
in the meanwhile, Gaunt, maybe do something about your hair.
I just dismissed the spell completely. Just
You know, now that it's gone, I kind of miss it. It was a look.
no, I don't think I'm going to be doing that, wearing that one again.
Our loss. I have to admit, though, I'm somewhat curious about what this ritual does.
As am I. Although it's probably something to provide power to Vecna or something like that. The paper said something about sacrificing secrets.
Yeah, I didn't understand that part.
Nor I.
He's God of secrets.
Okay.
Well, they say you are what you eat.
I guess.
How
Yeah.
accurate would you say that is?
That phrase or the secrets thing? Because the phrase, technically you are made of constituent parts of your digestion, I suppose. I don't think that you're like part cow. I mean, I guess you kind of would be, now that you think about it. If you digest a cow and you take its strength and its nutrition, then if you build...
Osric, is this really the conversation that can potentially be overheard?
Well, I mean, better this conversation than a boring one. Besides, maybe we'll get lucky and the cult will come and answer it for us.
What if you don't eat? Are you nothing?
Are you nothing?
I'm a little concerned about how many quick pastries I eat.
Well, that just means you're sweet.
You take that back.
And it means that Imogen's got spirit. Spirits.
Several, yes.
And you're not nothing, Gaunt. You're something far scarier.
Especially with that hair.
I mean, that was kind of epic.
Yeah. Let's take a quick break. Who knows, the next time we'll be able to catch our breath. And he'll pull over to one of the beds and take a sit himself. And I think that's a good point for us to take our break as well. So folks, we'll be back in just a minute. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is the part of the program where we're going to briefly talk to the chat because we got a lot of dungeon delving to do. I hope you're having a good night tonight with us on Vecna, Eve of Velcro, Eve of Ruin. So welcome.
That sounds like some sort of weird ass milk drink.
Right? Velcro.
Yeah, it's definitely something it's like a yogurt drink you get in Japan.
Yeah.
Have you drank your Vecna today? You can use it to swallow your abracadaberol. Yeah, you want to mix those two things together because dairy extends its usage. So it looks like we have our tech issues are much lower tonight, which is pretty great. I'm excited about it because it means
My internet
that
is not having a fit.
yeah, because you managed to get like a 30-foot Ethernet cable into your closet.
Yeah, because I had to buy an extender so I could get my Wi-Fi router that my landlords have upstairs. I had to get an extender, and then the extender has an Ethernet port in it. So then I had my Ethernet port from the previous renting place that I had that had slow internet, and I ended up buying like a 50-foot cable for the Ethernet. So now I have that cable back out in business and can hardwire into the internet.
Ooh, fancy.
That's amazing. Wi-Fi frickin' sucks.
I hate
does.
Wi-Fi.
Well, because like even when we got the new internet here, I initially was Wi-Fiing to it, and we were still having trouble in games. When it is literally 5 feet away from me, the router, it's sitting right there on my shelf, and it still gave me shit.
It still does.
Until I hardwired into it.
So it has been a very busy week here at Dork Tales. I just wanted to give people some updates. YouTube, you are going to be getting a host of content. I've been dedicating a lot of time to my to editing this week. I'm still far behind, but it's going to be coming out soon. I've also done probably another 15 hours worth of work on the Heroic Histories. That the demo version of that is up on Patreon for the $10 tiers right now. So if you're a member of that tier, give me all the comments. Like, tell me what doesn't work, and especially let me know if I do a lot of duplicates, because these are 100-piece lists that take up more than one screen. So a lot of them might have a duplicate or two that I need to create something to fix, and then I'll finish it up soon.
Can we just say that like the dedication that you have, because like WotC for most stuff gives like, you know, a D6 or a D8 chart to do for things like rolling, and you're like, nah, 100, let's go for the full D100 every time.
I only did 50 for personal plots.
Only 50?
How many different charts did you do?
Way too many. I also was going through it and editing it today and found a bunch of charts that I suggested existed that I hadn't written yet, like roll on the cursed chart, and I'm like, I'm just deleting this. If you guys get cursed, it's your own business. Yeah. Like I was gonna say, like,
there's a point where you have to just like there's too much complication where you make it too complicated and rules crunchy.
That's why I'm going to be cutting a bunch of stuff out of like the monster section, because I also don't want to tell people when they roll something, like what they get for sure. Like if you roll that you fought undead, tell me what undead you fought. You shouldn't have to like roll skeletons and it's always just skeletons. Maybe it's a lich. Maybe it's 2 skeletons. Maybe it's a skeleton that works for a lich but is secretly trying to betray him and become the lich, even though that's not how that works.
Maybe it's a skeleton made of skeletons.
Where did the psychic
golems skeletons
come in?
in a trench coat?
With the psychic golems, actually, there is a sidebar that I wrote for the psychic golems.
It's beautiful.
Right? So it's going to look good when it finally goes up. It's going to go on. I'm going to try to have it up next week, like late next week on DM's Guild. But yeah, it's going to take a lot of prettying.
So join the Patreon at $10 if you want to see it now, is what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying. It's what you're saying. Yeah, check out the draft and have some input. And I'll put you in the special thanks section.
Ooh,
I'll make a special thanks section. So also we hit 10,000 subscribers over on YouTube. We were supposed to do something super special for that, but then I got busy and forgot. So we'll do something very special soon for that. And what else do we have? Robin, you had some news.
Yeah, I've been slowly hinting at it all game for those that, you know, don't usually have a drink during game, but I had to celebrate because At my previous job, we got a project wine each year, and I got to have control of the winemaking for this project. And it just came back from an awards championship, and it got a double gold. So I am celebrating because I am a very, very fancy winemaker.
You're a very fancy winemaker. You got a very fancy
So
winemaker.
I'm very happy. Very happy. Very sad that I left, but you know, well, I didn't leave.
Your new job's really cool. We just can't talk
My
about it.
new job's really cool. I just can't talk about it. But yeah, so I'm super excited, and my work and my parents and myself, I have to go buy 3 cases of wine out of this, so I think I kind of lost at the end of the day, but they'll pay me back eventually. So yeah, it is great. But yeah, I'm very happy. It's always very rewarding when something that you like pour your, you know, blood, sweat, and tears into, it gets recognized. And
Wait, is that what goes into wine? That's gross.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
No wonder why vampires like it so much.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, super excited
Yeah.
about that. It made my week. It made my week.
Anybody else have anything cool that they want to share?
Yeah.
Man, OPPCon's coming, so you should hang out for that. I think.
I finally finished my nightmare week or month at work, so yay! I'm alive.
Orion's starting to walk. Ah!
Yeah, nothing particularly cool, but I definitely made this scar really deep tonight. So it's really pulling on my skin under my eyelid.
All right. So I hope you're all having a wonderful night. And so what else do we have to talk about? Onyx PathCon is coming. At some point, we're maybe going to do Dork Tales Expo this year. It's been kind of a busy year. God, I don't even know when we would do that. Like October, November, just December. It's just for Christmas. We'll just do Dork Tales Expo over Christmas. We're not going to do it. But like at this point, like it's been a busy year. We might just miss a year of it, because we also have a couple of charity fundraisers that we want to do. But it's going to be super rad. That's a good question, actually. Has it occurred to me to play a WOD game where where the players are all different splats? Yeah, it has actually. I considered doing a crossover game and dragging people in for what's called a Contagion Chronicle game. Where reality is breaking and you have to like unite to stop it. So I did consider running that, but I'd need a couple of more characters for that and some free time. But yeah, I have thought about it.
I definitely thought they were talking about supers as in like superheroes, and then I was thinking of our Scion game, but I'm like, wait, that's not WOD. That's different system.
No, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Absolutely. It's just all the same. But no, that could be really fun. I don't like this reality. Please break it faster. I will do what I can. It is absolutely true. The 30-hour famine LARPs. Those things were fun. I mean, they were fun for me because I got to eat during them because I was working security. All right. So, hey, folks, guess what? I love you. I hope you're all doing very well tonight, but I think we need to head back into game. Y'all ready to continue down into this the catacombs? You all ready to go into the catacombs? You're doing a thing. What's the deal with cultists?
Well, definitely it's time to fuck some shit up.
All right, let's fuck some shit up. Ready?
I need to find more AC. I need to find it.
And yes, random, you're right. Jen is definitely a hermetic.
Okay. The character I really want to play right now, because I've built it as a potential backup character for my Monday game, which is not on stream, obviously, but is a hermetic who gets embraced as a Malkavian and then is like super depressed and wants his magic back and goes and diablerizes a Tremere.
I mean, I think just people should just diablerize the Tremere. I mean, I think it's the right way to do things.
But I mean, that character is me somehow.
This is
like
true.
all of those pieces.
All of these pieces, the fact that Jen has diablerized a Tremere when they're fictional characters is perhaps one of her biggest flexes. All right. So
I need to somehow like play a werewolf game and somehow be a life devoted werewolf, because I somehow accidentally do it with Teresa after Darcy. Somehow
Oh,
just
that's fair.
super wifey.
Super lifey.
Just be life itself, which is a werewolf. So
Yeah, just
yes.
yeah,
Fair.
that's all
fair.
you need. That's all you need.
Yeah.
And all we need is to head
Autohero.
back into game. So let's head back in. Ready? Hopping back in 5, 4, 3. Hello and welcome back to Vecna, Eve of Ruin, here on Dork Tales. You take a breather. Anybody who needs to spend their hit dice or regenerate anything that they get on a short rest can easily do so.
I would like to cast a spell before the short rest.
All right, what would you like to cast?
I'm recasting Armor of Agathis on me.
Nice. Armor of Agatha. Got you.
At the end of the short rest, I'll spend the 2 key points to do Visage and Arms again. Bam, bam, at the very end, right
All
before
right,
we go down.
sounds
And
wonderful.
that was before the short rest.
Yes, you're doing it before, I'm doing it at the end. So we both get we mill our short rest abilities. It's great.
So, what's Rosie doing? What's Imogen doing?
Rosie's probably trying very hard to not give in to the desire to go back into that other room and go through the northern door and check it out, because she really wants to go poking around, but she also doesn't want to start a fight when she's not ready, when the others
This
aren't
is
ready
true.
to fight.
Well, you're lucky. It only takes about 10 minutes to catch that breather. And at the end of the 10 minutes, the lot of you there, even without a perception roll, can see that your gnomish companion is practically vibrating out of curiosity and the need to go, colloquially, fuck some shit up, I believe.
I think during this rest, Imogen pulled out her dice game and like tried to convince Rosie to play dice, just for fun, and to distract her.
All right, so somebody who is in the history books would like to gamble with me. All right.
Yeah.
You ever play cards?
I play
I
cards.
don't know
I
we've
could-
got time for cards.
Next time.
Rolled a handful of dice.
Dice is a fast game.
You guys are rolling the bones, apparently.
I mean, we can
Perfect
go grab
place
some
for
bones.
it.
There's lots.
Now, you done resting, Lir'wen?
Yep, I'm right about ready.
Good. All right, in the meanwhile, Imogen, Rosie, can I get you both to make a gambling roll? Do either of you have... Now, I need to know before you make this roll, are either of you proficient in dice sets?
Yes.
All right. Are you cheating?
No.
Okay, then just make me a wisdom and proficiency roll. Rosie, just make me a wisdom and dice roll.
12. Imogen's not really trying either, though. So
I
she doesn't
rolled
care.
a 17.
All right, so as Lir'wen steps off the bed and cracks her back and stretches, you are going to get a resounding victory over Imogen.
All right. She's going to do a thing where she's just kind of like, yes, lucky day, but really quietly.
Imogen just kind of half smiles and is like, good game.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Summon the blade and get ready.
Arms, face. Vroom, vroom.
Rosie's just going to, you know that thing where people kind of can roll back and then hop up on their feet without using their hands?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's an acrobatics roll, so she's going to do that.
All right, make me an acrobatics roll.
Okay, dex based, so I bet you I can do that. That would be a 21.
21. All right, you're going to be able to do the Van Damme jump bub.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Nicely done. You'll have to show me that trick.
All right, how are we doing this?
You want me to go first?
Do you want me
Shield?
to see if I can sneak the inner door and peek in and see if there's anything valuable? And if not, really, just go fireball
Yeah.
in an enclosed room.
Could be a good idea.
Yeah,
So
that works.
obviously checking to make sure there's no hostages, etc. first. And I guess if there's a bunch of people, we might want to save it so then we could just attack.
It
Yeah, we
works
also
for
don't
me.
know if it's in an enclosed room. Like, it could be, like,
That's
we
true.
don't know how big the room is.
But he
Like,
sounded
one
very
in
close to the wall.
Okay.
So at the very least I could target the fireball on him.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, good luck. Here. Maybe this will help. Osric will pat you on the shoulder, and you're going to have advantage on stealth for the next minute, I believe.
Sweet. Right.
It's a great little
Rosie's
ability
gonna
they get.
sneak up.
All right, go ahead and make me a stealth roll.
All right. It is a dirty 20,
A dirty 20.
which is great. 'cause
Climbing.
The other roll was a 4.
Climbing forward, you are going to sneak through the first passageway, working your way down to the next. And as you do, you're going to push the hatch aside. Inside of the next room, you are going to see that it's a large bedroom that has been furnished to resemble, well, a cozy mix of a bedroom and study. Stooped over a desk at the southwest corner of the room is a man scribbling furiously on a parchment. He's gaunt, human, his head shaved of what little hair it can still grow. Fanged earrings decorate the sides of his lobes. Standing next to the desk and pacing is a one-eyed bipedal horror with spikes growing out of its back. Tapestries depicting feasting undead creatures line the wall.
Okay. So definitely enemies. It looks like, right?
Well, they don't look particularly nice.
Does it look like, at a quick glance, there's anything in the room that we want to save?
Maybe whatever he's scribbling, but I mean, if you burn it up, it's not really useful to him either.
Okay. Now, one thing I've realized is that fireball will go around corners. It will spread for its full radius.
Yes.
Gonna kind of quietly wave the others to the back of the far room. Because then I want to cast it and run. Because that room's only 20 foot wide.
Well, what I'll say is, if you give me a dex check, you can slam the door that you're in as you cast.
I will do that.
So give me a dex check to see if you are locked in the blast. At the very least, you can shut the door behind you.
Okay. Dex check. That is 18.
18, yeah, you'll be able to do it. Because you literally just like reaching around the door.
All right. Well, if anybody is leading into the secret hallway, Rosie kind of like points her gun through her pistol through the doorway, shoots fireball, and slams the door.
All right, you slam the door as a fireball explodes into that room. And with
Dex
that,
save.
let's dex saves. Let's do it. Okay. The Nothic is going to get... that's going to be a 17 for the Nothic.
That meets.
Okay, and the mage is going to... Ooh, the mage got a 12 plus... 14. The mage did not
Okay,
get...
he's gonna take full then.
Okay, give it to me.
1 sec. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Roll. That's 31 points of fire damage.
Oof.
So
Okay.
have that, I think, for the Nothic then. And it
Okay.
ignites flammable objects in the air that aren't worn or carried, so that bed is going up in flames.
Perfect. All right. So let me just do initiative real quick. So what I have is I have Lir'wen at the top of the initiative, followed by this Necromancer, followed by Rosie, followed by the Nothic, followed by a tie between Gaunt and Osric, and Imogen at the bottom of the initiative. All right. So that is going to be 15 points of damage to the Nothic because of the save, and 31 points of damage to Jarrett, which is his name. Jarrett's going to be caught off guard as this fireball erupts into the room. You're going to slam the door behind you, and you are going to feel as the door rocks with the force of the blast. And as that occurs, it is top of the initiative order. Lir'wen, what do you do?
Okay, so I think 10, 15, 20, 25. Lir'wen's gonna run through Rosie, open the door, because Fireball is not like Baldur's Gate where fire lasts several rounds, thankfully.
I have some hurt the Moors, so I want you to make me a con save as you run into the room.
Yes. I need to find Boots of Spider Climb as a monk.
The fire is still erupting in the room, clinging to the walls like it was made.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. However, you are an astral badass and rush into the room, not caring. The fire erupts around you.
Lir'wen probably sees the fire and puts two of her long arms down to hold her up and starts like using them as her legs.
You don't want to Hulk smash it?
The fire?
Yeah, you could clap it away.
But fire likes oxygen.
It doesn't like astral oxygen. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It worked when the Hulk did it, okay? But that's fine. All right, so you're going to spring forward on your hands.
I figured I couldn't. If you let me clap and put out the fire, great. But I didn't figure a 20-foot room I could put out.
Pogo, stick your way over. Pogo, stick your way over on your astral arms.
That would definitely be something that would enter the continuity and never leave.
Yes. Yes.
I can make your astral
put
hands
out fires.
Fire is really easily embarrassed, and applause makes it even more embarrassed. So if you clap for it...
I live for the applause. Okay. Anyways, I spent enough time on my turn, apparently. Cool. Lir'wen is gonna go into the room and see the Nothic. Do I know anything about Nothics for my kind of travels?
They're big, freaky, one-eyed former wizards.
Cool.
And you don't want them to look at you.
Yeah, I think my Lir'wen's gonna get up real close to him and make 2 attacky attacks at this Nothy boy.
He looks at you. What do you do? Attack!
Attack!
All right.
Okay, my dice went from the first half of game not rolling higher than a 5, and then I roll an 18 and a nat 20.
All right, give it to me.
Oh,
and who gets your advantage? I guess Rosie's the only one that can see you.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rosie's the only one that can see me right now, so Rosie's super inspired by me just like being on my arms and doing a pa-pow with my quarterstaff.
Okay, go ahead.
It's the putting out the fire part. That's what she's impressed with.
Yeah.
She's gonna have to make it tougher next time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I will roll that damage, so 3d6 magical bludgeoning. That's going to be a total of... Oh, I can math. 11, 13 plus 6, 12, 20, 25 points of magical bludgeoning damage, and I'm going to spend a key point. Could he make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
You
as I
know
try to
what? So you
stun
did how
him?
many? Okay, sounds good. You did 25.
Yeah, I did 25.
Okay. Oh, actually, you know what? That's going to be a 15 plus. Let's see what Nothics get. That's going to be an 18.
Yeah, I need a 19.
Oh shit! Really?
My
Oh.
dragon hide key point. My
Okay.
dragon hide belt bumps my key point save up too, so I'm 19 for my
Okay,
DC save.
so that is going to stun him. That one eye is
Perfect.
going to look at you, appraising you, and then kind of zone out a little bit as it looks off to the side.
Bonus action, I'm spending another key point to do flurry of blows on the mage because he's 10 feet away with my arms. So I have 2 other arms that I will try and hit the mage with.
All right.
And I am going to roll them separately because I'm going to, if I hit, I'm going to get him to do a stunning strike on the first one to roll the second with advantage. So
Sounds
if I can.
good.
The first one is a 14 plus 9 is 23 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
All right, I'm gonna need you to make me a con save, please.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a hurt the more to roll with advantage.
That makes sense.
Nat 20.
All right. I
gonna
lose
spend
it
another-
if I spend it. Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna spend another one.
I'm trying to debate. Yeah. Okay. I'll hit him again.
Okay, are you stunning him?
I'm going to try to stun him if I hit, which I rolled an 18 on the dice. So yeah, I'm pretty
Okay,
sure.
those are 2 hits.
Or so I hit him. Yeah.
That's going to be an unnatural 20 on that one.
Damn it! All right, so he does not get stunned.
But you're still
That's a
gonna
good
beat the
con.
hell out of him. So
Yeah. So that's gonna be a total of oh my gosh, 13 points of magical bludgeon or force damage actually with the astral arms.
all right, 14 points. Rushing forward, your arms are going to lash out, striking once, twice, 3 times into him. He is going to let out a groan of pain as he stumbles back. Anything else that you're doing on your turn?
I think Lir'wen is going to step back and kind of block this door.
All right, the only other door out of the room is going to be blocked. And with that, it is now the Necromancer's turn. He is going to raise his hands and catch his breath. You fools. You dare try to interrupt my ritual. You burned it, you fucking savage assholes. Fine then. Face my doom. And with that, he's going to raise his hands and cast. He raises his hands up, chanting a word of arcane magic. And I need everybody here to do me a favor. Everybody in this room. So that's a 60-foot radius sphere. Can this go through? Oh, you're gonna counterspell?
Is he casting?
He is casting.
Counterspell.
Okay, so hold on one sec. I need you to make me a roll because this is not a 3rd level spell.
Okay. What goes into the roll again?
So for counterspell, what you do is, I believe it's the same roll that you do for using a scroll. So roll and add your intelligence.
Let me pull it up.
Yep. So you're gonna make an int check.
Okay.
What'd you get?
That is going to be, because I have a high int, that's going to be 23.
Okay, you needed a 16. So that is absolutely going to work. He was going to cast Circle of Death, which was going to do a lot of necrotic damage. You blast out a counter spell, so you're down a 3rd level spell, and he's going to look at you and glare. I really don't like you, you little shit. Get them!
Fuck
And-
you too, asshole.
He's going to raise his hands, and suddenly 5 skeletons are going to rise out of the sides of the crypt, flooding into the room. This is not a spell. This is simply a magical effect from his necrotic bullshit. But they go at the end of the initiative.
Sneaky.
All right, that is going to be his turn. Rosie, you're up.
All right. Christine left Boom Boom behind on the previous screen. Can I have him with Rosie?
Yeah, I assume he's always on your shoulder.
Sweet. How did that thing go off again?
If it's a 15-foot cone, I can
Oh, God.
probably angle it mostly away from not
Yeah.
hitting Lir'wen.
Fucking
Yep.
love small rooms. This is great.
Also,
Oh.
I have evasion, so if you do want to aim it and try and get everyone, feel free.
5,
Lir'wen
10.
probably will
If
dodge
you
it.
took a step into the room, Christine,
Uh-huh.
like if you moved 1 foot into the room, you could hit the caster and most of the skeletons in the Nothic. But you'd be
Sweet.
in harm's way.
I want to do that. That's okay.
Okay.
I can do
All
that.
right. So taking a step forward, you are going to do that. So that is going to be, yeah, that's touching
actually, I don't have to take a step forward.
all. Oh, only Boom Boom does.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So
now,
what
do I
it
do to make him move?
calculated
Yes,
from?
so as part of the same bonus action, I can make him walk or climb.
So he's going to leap off your
forward.
shoulders with his like tick 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 tick, like the Pixar lamp. All right, and 5, 10, 15. So yeah, go ahead and
I
let's
have to make
do
a
it.
dex save.
So I need to make. I'm just gonna make a dex save for 5 skeletons. So give me 1 sec.
And the
Okay,
Nothic
so-
fails because he's stunned.
Okay. One of the skeletons got an 18. One of the skeletons got not an 18. And the necromancer is going to hit. Oh balls. I'm spinning a hurt them more. He's going to reroll that. Bam. All right. So the necromancer saved, as did the skeleton immediately in front of Boom Boom.
Okay.
Everybody else
so
did
I
not,
believe
though.
they take half.
Okay. It's still not going to be good, though.
That's 12 fire damage.
12 fire damage. Ooh. All right.
And I would like to make an attack against Necromancer with my... You know what? What do I want to do? I'll do a firebolt. Okay?
All right. Sounds good.
Cool. So that is... If I can get on the right screen... 19 to hit.
A 19 to hit will hit.
Sweet.
So your fire is going to explode out. One of the skeletons is going to take it pretty well. The Nothic is going to catch fire and die. Just collapses to the ground. Its body no longer held up by its stun, but all of the skeletons are still up, although they're pretty badly burnt.
Okay. That is 12 points of fire damage to the Necromancer.
Okay, 12 points of fire damage. You are going to light his ass up. And with that, it is now the Nothic's turn. He's going to crackle on the ground. Gaunt, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to Misty Step and get right behind all of the skeletons.
Sounds good.
Then I'm going to move over here.
All right, so moving on to the bed.
Triggering an attack of opportunity from that one and that one if they want to take it.
They are. Their teeth are going to clack, and they're going to roll a nat 1. And one moment. Okay, and he's going to take a swing at you and decapitate the skeleton to the south of him.
Awesome. And the other one?
The other one is going to take an attack at you as well, and that one's actually going to hit you.
Sweet.
All right, he is going to lash out at you and deal 6 points of slashing damage to you.
Please take... Oh, they're skeletons. Damn. But take 25 cold?
25 cold. Okay, the one that survived Rosie's blast is going to freeze in place.
Alright.
As you pull away, the rusted blade of the skeleton is going to scratch and tear at your skin.
15. I'll move up, stand on top of the Nothic and try and attack the Necromancer.
All right, please do.
To do 25.
That will hit.
That'll be 12 damage.
12 damage, all right.
And then 23.
That's a hit.
I'm going to use my last spell slot and Eldritch Smite.
Ooh,
That
fancy.
one. Yeah, so that'll be... Sorry, I'm using a dice roller for this.
That's okay.
56 damage, and
Holy
he's knocked
shit.
prone.
Yeah, I think he's knocked prone. 56 damage. How do you want to do it? He's negative 20 now.
Oh, shit.
He's a caster.
I was hoping to
I was
knock
like,
him
you
prone
knocked
so
prone,
that
but
Imogen
he's
could come in and do advantage on all of her attacks. Yeah, I'm just gonna just drag the two-handed sword, like the blade, and just go, just charge it up and have it energy just kind of like boil off of it and just come down on him and slice him right in two, and just be like, oh, oops, that works.
All right. As he collapses to the ground, the skeletons are going to collapse into the ground as well. However, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right. As that occurs, the door next to you, Lir'wen, is going to swing open as a figure that, wow, looks absolutely horrific to your face. This woman that swings open the door looks like she's still alive, but all of the life has been drained out of her face. Her flesh is papery thin. You can see the veins beneath it. Her eyes have turned a milky white, and she is going to lash out at you.
Actually, there is something that I can
Oh, there's
do.
something else.
At the point of killing a humanoid creature, once per long rest, I can turn it into a specter.
Ooh.
So I'm going to raise the necromancer's soul, unless there's some Vecna shenanigans keeping it there, and
No,
as
Vecna
an
doesn't
undead
care.
minion.
Vecna does
Awesome.
not care that much.
Lir'wen's just gonna wave and say, "Occupy."
Yeah, so just be like, see this thing come through the door, and just look at the necromancer, and just raise my hand up and turn it into a ghost.
All right, sounds good to me. All right, Spectre rises out of the body, screaming with rage as this door swings open. And as that occurs, she is going to take a swipe at you, Lir'wen. Quick! And that's a nat 20.
You crit on me so much tonight.
I know, it's great. I'm going to give advantage to nobody. You're going to take 10 points of bludgeoning damage. And make me a strength save, which you can use your wisdom on.
And I get to do advantage, which I'm really glad for. So that's gonna be a plus 10, so 28.
Okay, she hits you surprisingly hard. But as she does, you're going to brace yourself and not be hurled backwards any further. And with that, it is Imogen, your turn.
Woohoo! for flavor, can we just say I was sauntering down the hall and basically being like, everything's fine, and then see that kind of as I like come in, just my movement would probably take me, I don't know how far that is, but to the room and whatnot. But I kind of just want to see that this is actually still an enemy more than anything. Cool. Then I'll go attack her.
Okay. So dodging down to the corner behind Lir'wen, you can attack at a diagonal pretty easily.
Yeah. That is... Okay. That is a 26 for the first one, and that's a crit for the second with a 19.
Oh, balls. Okay.
Ha!
Yeah.
Take it back. Take your crit.
She undead?
She is actually not.
Okay, cool. Well,
surprisingly.
Who gets your inspiration, Imogen?
Oh, yeah. Lir'wen, because you're right there.
That's true.
And I'm hitting the one that hit you, and that crit on you.
I feel very inspired for that.
Yes. And also, you go first. Yeah. This D8 really likes rolling 7s, so that's 15 for the first hit.
15, beautiful hit, and this is the crit, isn't it?
This is the crit, yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
I roll the dice twice, right? For crits?
Yeah, you rolled the dice twice.
Do I? And I don't duplicate the rest that I add, right?
No. All static numbers remain static. Dice are doubled.
Cool. That is 19.
How do you do it?
I think I've come down. I saw this one attack Lir'wen. I kind of rush over, bonus action to light the sunblade because I don't use my bonus action for anything else really. And just kind of in quick succession, bam, bam, and it just like slices straight through her because it's sunblade.
Right. It goes right through, and she collapses onto the ground. And as she looks up at you, like her body split in half like a banana peel, she looks up at you. Freedom. And with a shaking hand, her last breath is going to be used to point down the hallway she dies in to the south, where a door awaits.
Well, at least I got in on some of the fun. That's skeletons.
I'm
going to look at the specter. It can't speak, but it can understand any of the languages it knew in life. And just tell it, nod, if this is correct. Are the rest of the kidnapped victims down there?
Now, does it serve you faithfully?
It does. It obeys me completely until my long rest.
Okay. Then the specter will nod and gesture down that hallway.
Are they all still alive?
He nods again, or it nods again, I should say.
Alright, well, that's creepy.
Nothing less than he deserved.
No, I like it. Recycling the necromancer. It's the circle of death, I
Creepy
guess.
though.
All
He'll
right.
release his soul eventually.
Quick look on this cultist's body. I guess it's a cultist.
It is dressed like all of the other cultists of Vecna, but there's something strange about the way that she looks. Like all of the light had been drained out of her.
Yikes. Loot the body. See if there's anything interesting on her.
There's nothing to speak of on her at all, even less than the other cultists.
Lir'wen's gonna take that cool mask that she's wearing and put it on.
All right. Sounds good. You know what? I think that's just the token, but now that you said it, she has a cool mask on that you're going to take.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely like that was like quite.
I feel like they could have used a better token for her on Roll20, but you know what?
Right. But yeah,
take-
so
you
she's
take
wearing like
her
a cool
mask
like
away.
dragon-looking mask almost, just weird.
Yeah, it
but
looks pretty dope. Yeah, you got a cool
Lir'wen's
mask
gonna
now.
take that and put that on. I'm a cultist now. South.
Yeah.
Looking into the hallway outside, you are going to see that there's a long corridor that stretches from north to south with several small rooms off to the side. There's a door at the far southern end of the hall, and if you follow your gaze all the way to the north, you'll see that it appears that it branches out in a T-shaped hallway to the far north.
Where are the hostages?
He will point to the north and the south.
I would say if they're doing some sort of ritual and the majority of the cultists are south, maybe we should head south and then go free them in the north when they're done.
Time to kill a bunch.
Yeah. Also, Lir'wen as a bonus action is going to roll a martial arts die and gain key points back as a bonus action, because that is, I get to do that once per long rest because of my dragon hide belt.
Nice.
And I rolled a 3, so get 3 3 key points back. Pew.
Okay.
Are we ready
Maybe-
for this?
There's a lot of them. Maybe Imogen and I should go in first.
I was gonna
Yeah.
suggest you go in first.
Sounds good. Let's do
Oh,
it.
how is everyone all right? Nobody hurt badly?
Nah, I just got a real big. Did she slash at me or punch me?
She punched you.
Punched. Just got the wind knocked out of me, but I'm fine. I'll be good.
I've barely been touched here, so
Oh.
yeah, me going first is good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
me
feel
neither.
like they keep critically hitting me for some reason.
Well,
Like,
you're a
right in the
fairly
good
critical
spots.
mess, so come here. And even in this godforsaken place, get lucky. We're up all night to get lucky. The sacred words of Timora. You're gonna heal 9 hit points as he casts Cure Wounds on you.
Oh, I'm 1 hit point down. Thank you. Oh, yeah. I can breathe properly again. Okay.
But did she knock your septum over or something? Like what happened?
I think so. Just.
Oh, I could have just fixed that real quick. Oh, you've got. You look. It's a good look for you. Tough. All right, are we all ready for this?
I am.
Yep.
Good.
No, you're always ready. All right.
Try to be.
Well, in that case, let's do it. All right. Who heads to the south? I'd love some marching
Imogen's
order,
going
please.
Uh,
Imogen's
Imogen's
going?
going first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go behind her.
Okay, and I'll assume this.
The middle.
I
Okay.
guess Lir'wen's near the back.
Osric will hang out with the Spectre.
Yeah, you can catch up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lir'wen's
exactly.
got the movement speed anyway.
Yeah, just.
All right. And with that, you kick open the door to the south, or you open the door to the south just in time to hear chanting. This enormous room features raised galleries at the east and west ends. 6 chanting figures ring the east gallery, their hands raised toward a spherical cage hanging from the 30-foot ceiling. the ritual's leader chants from the west balcony, and she is surrounded by hunched, one-eyed creatures with knobby hides. Inside of that cage, a terrified elf struggles. And I'd like an initiative roll from everybody, please. All right, looking into the room, you can see that these galleries that are on either side are 10 feet higher than those, than the lower sections. The room is filled with cultists engaging in this strange, incomprehensible ritual. Their leader you see in front of them is a female mage who is casting her arms wide, calling upon the dark powers of Vecna. In the center of this room, this elf dangles from the cage, and we're at the top of the initiative with Osric. Osric is at the back of the party, but is going to. Oh, you know what? Let's have some fun with this. Is that? Can this be cast on anybody else? No, it's only on myself. He's going to cast Mirror Image on himself. That's his turn. All right. I'm going to roll to see if Kendry notices you kick open the door. She does. All right. And with that... There. Nope, that's a skeleton. I don't need you. Oh. As you open the door, she turns and looks at you, Imogen, and goes, "You have got to be kidding me. Perfect line of sight. And I need everybody in your row to make me a... Oh, they actually didn't give it to her. Really? I swore I saw a lightning bolt when I looked at her sheet. Well, I guess
was going to ask a question if you were going to do that, though, so...
Instead, I'm going to cast Fireball.
That's fine.
That's fair.
Okay. So she's going to cast Fireball centered on Lir'wen.
Are we not in a line where she can't necessarily see Lir'wen behind me? I mean, I use my shield for dexterity-based effects, and it feels weird to... I mean, physics, and that's not D&D, but it's like...
Do you want to try to block it with your shield, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, you're trying to block line of sight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, tell you what. You make me your dex save first. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah. Sure. That is a 16.
A 16. Okay. I'm going to spend a something good happens for you because I have one of those. You're going to pass. Do you take, now with Shield Master, does that mean you take no damage on a pass?
Exactly.
Okay. Gaunt, can you do me a favor and make...
It's evasion with shield.
Okay, so Gaunt, can you do me a favor and make me a strength save?
A strength save? Yikes. I'm going to use determination on that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I have strength. Okay, so that'll be 18.
Okay, you are going to not be knocked prone. Here's what's going to happen in fact. She's going to look at you, raise a finger, and a fireball is going to jolt down the hallway at full strength. As it fires toward you, Imogen is going to throw herself up, catching herself in her shield. It is going to reflect off of the shield, throw her back into you. You're going to be able to brace her, not being knocked prone, but as she is thrown back, the fireball is going to erupt out into the main area, and there is a shriek of pain as the Nothic closest to the door erupts in fire. I need to roll 8d6 damage on the Nothic now.
Jen, that is epic!
I'm gonna, say to Imogen as I'm, bracing, it's just
okay,
you're really handy to have around.
That Nothic is going to take...
first, right?
That Nothic is going to take 57...
You're going first
54 points of fire damage because it botched, and is going to be immolated and drop to the ground dead.
Sometimes you just gotta ask for the weird shit. Thank you, Kelly.
It's fine. If I didn't have something good happens, I would have been a little more critical. But I was like, fuck it, let's go. Let's
Honestly,
have fun.
makes I think that makes that one instance is a really good case, because you're literally blocking the doorway for a wizard to try and like see the line of sight to put it on like someone way down the hallway. It's really clever. That was very smart.
And that really shows, chat, how much value you get out of your channel points with us.
That's true. All right, now we are in full combat. Let's do it. Next in the initiative, that was Kendry's turn. She's going to glare at you. Lir'wen, you're up. Or Imogen's up. Who wants to go
I was
first?
going to say, Imogen, go for it. I don't take another extra 5 feet of movement to get through her.
Fair. Yeah, I'm gonna rush for that leader.
Okay, go ahead.
Is she close enough that I can get my attacks?
Absolutely. She's 20 feet in front of you. You can rush directly in.
Cool. And 2 attacks on you. That is a 24 and a 26.
Those are both hits. Roll me damage, please.
Nay. Oh, okay. I just did the same thing twice. Great. Not undead, I'm assuming. So that's
Not undead.
cool. 26 total. That's from both attacks.
26 total. That is going to wound her deeply. As you slash into her, are you going to keep attacking?
Oh yeah, actually.
Yeah,
fuck
you're
it.
not used to playing
Action
fighters.
surge. Actions. Well, I was like, I don't really need it, but no, I'm like, no, this is the boss. I'm gonna do it. If I'm gonna do it for anyone, I'm gonna do it for her. Action surge, bitches.
Do it.
Okay, that is that is a 23 and a crit.
Oh my god, do it. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
Okay. That is 15 on the non-crit. I just don't want to do all the math, so
This is fantastic. All right.
and 16 on the crit.
All right. How do you do it?
Also, my inspiration is going to go to Gaunt because he was right behind me.
Sounds good.
And I think the first couple of attacks, I hit her, and then I just kind of muster myself and like thrust stab twice, and so the last one goes straight through her.
As it goes straight through her, she's going to look down at the blade that is sticking out of her. He's going to... What have you... Oh, what have you... And as she says that, the ritual is going to tremble. And everything is going to shudder as the ground around you begins to pulse with magical energy. There is a flash of light. And a riot of purple silver energy fills the room. You feel a sense of space tearing open. All of you have just a moment to react, to look at each other and say something.
Not again.
Oops.
Ah, shit.
And then suddenly, you're falling, and everything goes dark. You tumble. You tumble into darkness and beyond. Everything fades away. You feel like you're diving into a swimming pool, being thrown through water, only to be pulled back out again, over and over, across the world and across the plains. You perceive innumerable cults of Vecna. They snatch away people and strip their secrets in rituals like the one you just stopped. Behind them, the withered form of Vecna gathers the secrets like threads, adding them to a glowing sphere of hidden knowledge in some impossibly distant place. as you fall, the vision fades into darkness, leaving you only with the image of Vecna's glaring eye. And then there's a moment where you suddenly feel something impact you. All of you find yourselves lying on the cold, dark earth. There is something very wrong here. As you look around, you are going to see what reminds you of the city of Neverwinter, but horrible, dismal, and corrupted. The sky above you roils with blackness. The light from rivers of lava stretches out before you, and smoke blots out the sky. Can I get an Arcana roll off of everyone?
Oh, my dice hate me tonight. That'll be a 2, sir.
A 2? No idea.
9 from a nat 20.
Nat 20? You are in the Shadowfell.
29.
Well,
Next to you, an elf coughs into his hands and then squints at you. Excuse me? Are you the ones who rescued me?
I thought we were killing cultists. And now when I'm down for it, we don't fight. Can't win.
Oh, thank you. Imogen. This well, he would be bespectacled. He definitely looks like the type. This elf is going to surge toward you and try to grapple you. What do you do?
Imogen's currently having a panic attack based on what we just went through because it felt too much like the void. So I think she'll react like violently.
Okay, make me an athletics check.
Cool. And then I rolled a 2. It's still a 13.
Okay, that's gonna be enough. He tries to hug you, and reflexively, you're just gonna judo throw him onto the ground, and he's gonna hit.
does he get any save on that?
He does not.
Okay.
Why? What'd you want him to do?
Because I could flash of genius him and be like, no, don't do that!
Oh, does he get a save on trying not to hug her?
Or like, realizing that she was gonna like punch him in the face.
No, it's over before you can react, really. He's on his back looking up at the ceiling, which is just this cover of clouds above him. Which is when Osric's going to lean forward and go, that's why you always ask for consent first.
Alright, who
Immediately turn the sunblade on. Just
are we all
nightlight.
are we all here?
Are the other cultists around us?
There are no other cultists around you, but as you ignite the blades, you see that you were underground before. And now you stand in a graveyard. And in the shadows, corpses, risen ghouls stalk the darkness. As the ghouls prowl around you. Getting closer, we're going to pull out, showing this graveyard full of hungry ghouls, fed by the power of the Shadowfell, as the dark, dismal city of Evernight glows behind you like an unholy beacon. Which is where we're going to pick up next game here on Vecna Eve of Ruin as you enter the Shadowfell and have some fun there at the corpse market. Because who doesn't love a good corpse market?
Yeah.
Man! Man! I looked at the rules for jumping!
Yeah.
I love that if you interrupt the ritual, you get shunted.
We want to go to.
It's true.
What'd you say, Christine?
Oh, just that Evelyn would like to go to a corpse market.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I totally looked up how knock would work and like rules around that, and like had all my spells prepped.
It's
I was
really
like, I'm gonna step of the wind, double my jump to 8 feet tall, try and like jump onto this
and
cage.
then Jen became the Cuisinart she was meant to be.
Oh my
And I was
gosh.
like, knock goes. You can do it 60 feet away from you.
Yep.
Or you could just like 300-foot
Hyped
thunders,
up
boom.
for the boss fight and
Unlock
just
the
like
cage.
Jen just. Yep.
I
think it's really
kinetic jaunt.
I think it's really funny because
great.
Jen didn't get to participate in the previous fight hardly at all, and this time she one-shotted the entire combat.
Right?
Yep.
Right?
She
So-
got to finish the other fight. Like
Like,
she
It's true.
I was
punched the
mentally
final.
I was mentally planning for this one of like, okay, well, it's a dice and there's a stairwell going down, so it's obviously probably high enough that if I jump off the edge of that and crouch, Rosie will be out of sight of the Nothics, so they can't do their freaky shit on her.
So,
And
So
you're
much
like,
planning and then just nope.
And you're like, do you want to do anything else? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll action surge because this is the big boss fight. This is the big boss. I'm gonna take her out if I can. And the entire fight is done. Okay.
it's great.
It was really like it definitely felt like we went through this like a blender kind of thing. Like I was totally expecting that necromancer to last a little bit longer. It was like, oh, I'm gonna knock him down because Jen's
only has
next,
100
and she'll
hit
get
points.
she'll get advantage on all her shit. Great, let's do that. No.
I enjoyed that so much.
Also, I like how most of the combats through here, we've managed to crit. A lot of us have crit and given inspiration to others, and then the combat has ended. It's been
Yeah, right. I know. Lir'wen didn't get to use the combat advantage from Imogen on the last fight. Gaunt didn't get to use that one.
But does it roll over?
No, it's just
Oh,
per
no.
fight. Yeah, it's the active fight. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like gotcha. My bad.
Yeah, it's combat inspiration that way, where it's like during this fight you're inspired. So yeah, no, it's gone.
Yep, no
Yeah,
worries.
it's-
So that means we can have real inspiration and combat inspiration, right?
Absolutely, yeah. If you
Awesome.
earn it. So,
I am
real
looking
quick.
forward to being in a fight at some point where somebody comes up to me and be like, haha, you have disadvantage on shooting me. Nope.
Right? So, real quick, there are a couple of things that you need to know, though. You all have gained Vecna's link. You now are linked with the Arclich because of
What?
your disruption of the ritual.
Oh damn.
You have a metaphysical link
like
to Vecna. You have the following rule. You gain a special intuition for secrets. You have advantage on on insight checks. In addition, you can use an action to cast See Invisibility without spending a spell slot once per long rest. Now, you may use secrets that you have hoarded, as per the mechanics I described last game. The reminder that allows you to get advantage on, I believe it's all dice rolls for a minute by expending a secret on top of
That's
some other
awesome.
stuff. It's pretty
Yeah,
dope.
but it's per person, right?
No, it's for the party. When you spend a secret, your entire party gets advantage for 1 minute.
Okay, that's better then. I was thinking that it was like
power.
we're stealing.
Yeah,
his power.
basically.
Collect
You
all the
gotta-
secrets and steal them from Vecna.
Yeah, I
Keep
put
it secret.
the rough 2 rules that Kelly mentioned about secrets last time at the top of the secrets document in the spreadsheet. So I think we can refine from there.
Mhm.
If you can give us that text in a minute, Kelly, about
Mhm.
what you shared, I'll put it in there as well.
Sounds good. But in the meanwhile, a big thank you for everybody who came out and enjoyed tonight. This game had very few tech problems, which was great. And it's always great to spend time with y'all. I love it big much. Does anybody have any other questions about what we were... other things about the dungeon. So originally, actually, when you show up in Evernight, you're supposed to be like underground and you all show up in coffins. Yeah.
Ha! That's awesome.
Okay, well, sorry. I didn't go that route.
That's fine. That's fine. Just before I, like, break through the coffin. Just... What?
Yeah.
I wanted the
feel like
dramatic
that would have been
vista.
definitely a thunder wave from Rosie then of like, not again!
So I changed a couple things about this because I'm making this campaign my own, damn it, and I like it. But I hope you like it too. Big thank you to everybody who came out and supported us, and for everybody who supports us on Patreon. Patreon is your best way to keep the channel on the air because it pays for everything. Literally, basically everything. So please join them. Join the likes of my mom. My mom is our divine producer. We also have demonic producers like Precarious, Mysterium MK, and Sorcerer Sanguine. We have our wizards of the Patreon. The wizards 3, in fact, Tammy the Forever Cleric, the Inca Goblin, and Karasha Urquhart. We have Solomon the Monster Maker, and our High Council of the Patreon, Taryn, Dustin, Amberthist, Raven with Baubles, Chef Aladeth, Larouk, Mike Baxter, Iridian, Brian Kaler, and Nerdy Metal Gent. And with that, we'll see you next time here on Vecna, Eve of Ruin, next Friday night. So, see you next time, folks. Good night.